Hi guys, welcome to another reaction video. Yeah, as you can see from the title, I decided to start another series, you could say, yeah. I will start doing reviews or reacting to reviews. The comic series didn't really end, like my reaction to the comics, to MLP comics, didn't really stop, but sort of. I kind of want this to replace them, because else I would have one day a YTP and then an animation and then a YTP again. I think that would get boring. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I think 3 aren't really enough. I would like to have more videos, like things that I could do for a second video every day. But yeah, I don't know. I could do this as a totally different series, so do this as the first video every day. But yeah, I only have 2 for, yeah, whatever. I have downloaded like 5 videos from the same guy, Mysterious Mr. something. What was his name? I don't know. It'll be in the description. But I kind of want to do more than one. So yeah, I'll look around and probably do some other reviewers also, like multiple at once. Yeah, kind of at once. Kind of switch every now and then, or not every now and then, pretty much every video. But for now I have 5 videos from this one guy. Yeah, he started with the very first video, Friendship is Magic. Friendship is Magic. Yeah, the first Friendship is Magic Part 1 is probably one of my least favorite episodes of Season 1. But yeah, it's always the first videos of a new series that are probably the hardest, or have probably pretty hard time. They are never the best, because they have to yeah, there are like, we don't know anything. They have to kind of explain at least a little bit of the entire universe, if there are differences or not, and especially in a series like MLP, where there is like a pretty big difference. There's all pony and magic and stuff. A little bit of the history, so we need a little bit of what happened, so we can understand what's going on and why the stuff is going on that is going on, and the entire new characters. And in MLP it's 6 entire new characters, 7 if you count Celestial, and 8 if you count Spike. So yeah, and they have to do all of that, and they often end up just explaining and showing you what is going on in the new character, and that doesn't happen a whole lot. Well, that's in pretty much every show like that. So it kind of makes sense that the first episode of a new show is not really the greatest. As for part 2, I enjoyed way more. Nightmare Moon is probably my 2nd or 3rd favorite villain, so I really like her. And yeah, it had a enjoyable song and a little bit of action. I like the second part better, but it's nothing too spectacular. It's not less than 0 levels of awesome. Yeah, whatever. Well, but he's all new to the series, or well, not anymore, but at this point he's all new to the series, and is probably like, oh my god, why the fuck do I watch this? It is because it's pretty much always the case, and I like that. I really like seeing how they go from oh my freaking god fucking ponies to goddamn yeah freaking ponies. Let's do this. You know what I mean. This is why I enjoy blind reaction videos. Yeah, I really like watching reaction videos myself, especially from the first couple of MLP episodes and stuff. So yeah, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's like. I don't know how he will like this. If he will like this, how much he will enjoy this. But yeah, I guess this is just one way to find out. It's pretty short. It's pretty sure it's only 8 minutes for like 40 minutes of episode like that he had to review, but okay. Start the video in 3, 2, 1, play. Don't underestimate the power of friendship. Those bonds are tight stitches that close up the holes you might...
Alright, here's how these reviews are going to work. I'm going to go over a synopsis of the episode and then tell you where I think it either shines or fails. Then when we get to the end, I'll tell you my overall thoughts of the episode and give it a final ranking. Sound simple enough? Good. Then let's get started. This episode starts out with an opening narration telling us that long ago there were 2 alicorn siblings who ruled the kingdom of Equestria. The older ruled the sun and the day, the younger ruled the night and the moon. The pony slept through the night, essentially pissing off the younger sibling and turning her evil. So the older alicorn used some MacGuffins called the Elements of Harmony to banish her and the moon. Then we cut to our main character, Twilight Sparkle, who believes that this nightmare moon is coming back. She tries to tell her mentor, Princess Celestia, who doesn't believe her. I trust you completely, except that you're crazy, and I'd like to some out-of-the-way town and make some friends. And of course, Twilight does that, except that she plans on blowing off the whole idea of making friends and just prepare for the return of Nightmare Moon, who is definitely not coming back. At least Twilight doesn't blow off her other order to check on the Summer Sun celebration's preparations, so she can meet the other members of our cast, Southerner Applejack, Brash and Bold Rainbow Dash, the Fashionista Rarity, the Shy and Timid Fluttershy, and the off-the-wall Pinkie Pie. Each of them try to be Twilight's friend, she doesn't want to be friends with them, and she runs off each time. I would go into more detail, but these episodes don't. There is no other details given about them in this particular episode, except Rainbow Dash wants to be a Wonderbolt. The next day, they wake up before the sun rises for their celebration and get ready for the party. And guess what? Nightmare Moon is back! Who would have guessed? And she's preventing the sun from rising, somehow. And part 1 ends on a cliffhanger. Part 2 is where we start getting problems. All the main 6 go to the library, where Pinkie Pie finds a book that tells them that the MacGuffins needed to defeat Nightmare Moon are in the ruins of the ancient Alicorn sisters, which requires them to go through the Everfree Forest, conveniently just outside of Ponyville. Along the way, Nightmare Moon's magic pits each of the ponies against a certain trial. First, Nightmare Moon causes a cliff to break and sends Applejack and Twilight hurtling over. Thankfully, in the nick of time, Applejack catches Twilight from falling off, and then this happens.
What do I do? Let go.
Why?
What I'm saying to you is the honest truth. Let go, and you'll be safe.
Did a line of dialogue get cut or something? Applejack never gives Twilight any reason to let go. Like, some pony will catch you! And then Twilight lets go. Isn't she supposed to be the smart one? Anyway, the Pegasi catch Twilight, and apparently this proves Applejack's honesty. Somehow,
yeah, exactly.
Applejack, a command can never be truth or deceit, and telling someone to essentially risk death without explaining why has nothing to do with honesty whatsoever.
Not really.
The next trial is a manticore. A couple of the ponies attack it and fail. Fluttershy walks up to it, is nearly gored, and removes a thorn in its paw. Apparently Nightmare Moon used her magic to create this thorn. Besides the scenario being cliched, I don't really have a problem with it, although it gets a little cringe-inducingly cutesy. Next, we come to some demonic trees, and Pinkie Pie starts singing. I'm going to say this right now. Songs do not factor into my final ranking of the episode, but I will judge the songs when we get to them. I really like the song, it's pretty catchy, the only thing that kills it for me is the song talking at the end.
If he thinks he can scare you, then he's got
Yeah,
another
it's
thing coming, and the
kinda-
very idea of such a thing just makes it wanna...
I hate it when singers do that. As for the actual trial, the laughter makes the trees turn back to normal. And I must ask why. Is laughter the antithesis to Nightmare Moon's powers? Do the demon
Apparently.
trees have crippling self-esteem issues? Never explained. Also, how the hell were trees ever threatening? Next, the main 6 come to a river filled with a current, caused by a dragon who is
Since
crying
Lord of
because
the
he had
Rings,
half
I
of his
guess.
mustache cut off. Rarity slices her tail to replace the mustache. The only thing that actually makes this scene bearable is Rainbow making fun of it, and I'm forced to wonder, couldn't the Pegasi carry the others over? Did they forget what happened like 10 minutes ago? The final trial is a down
I never
bridge.
thought about
Rainbow
that.
Dash flies across it and is tempted by creatures called the Shadow Belts, who tell her that they will give her the opportunity to be one of the fastest flyers in the Everfree Forest, which is kinda like giving someone the opportunity to be one of the best athletes in the Gobi Desert. How does this temptation make sense? At all. They just ask her to abandon her friends and never give a reason for it. Rainbow doesn't even ask for a reason. She just tells them to piss off. Seriously, is there a director's cut to this episode? Finally, they get to the temple and find the elements of harmony. Twilight tries to figure out the riddle about them, and the other main five leave, giving Nightmare Moon the opportunity she needs to arrive. Then we have an actually thrilling fight sequence, which results in Nightmare Moon destroying the elements of harmony. When Twilight hears the voices of the other main five, she realizes that not only do they represent the elements of harmony, honesty, kindness, laughter, generosity, loyalty, and magic, because you know that your group of friends isn't complete without a good magician, but that they are also her friends. Yaw. They use the elements of harmony and turn Nightmare Moon back into Princess Luna, the sister of Princess Celestia, the two Alicorn sisters in the book from the beginning of the two-parter. And now I have another question. If the elements of harmony could change Nightmare Moon back into Princess Luna, why'd you send her into the moon 1,000 years ago? Wow, Celestia, you are an asshole. Speaking of Celestia, she comes back in and reveals that she knew that Nightmare Moon was coming back, and that's why Celestia told Twilight to make friends. Also, now that Twilight has friends, Celestia lets her live in Ponyville and presumably sends her a stipend so she can learn the lessons of friendship. And that was the two-part series premiere. Do you see why I didn't recommend them in my review of the show? Now for the final ranking. There are generally 4 rankings I can give an episode. I'll give it a gold ranking if it's a great episode, a silver ranking if it's a good episode, a bronze ranking if it's an okay episode, or I'll give it nothing at all if it's anything less. Why? Because either an episode is good or it's not. Both Ghostbusters and The Mysterious Mare-de-Well are bad episodes. But if I told you Ghostbusters was worse, would it really compel you to watch Mare-de-Well? Conversely, there is a reason to tell which good episodes are better than others, so we know what is done right and what is done wrong. So, what did the two-part series premiere get? I'm gonna be honest, these episodes are extremely hard to critique. Both of the parts not only have different feel, but different quality. The first part properly introduces us to each of the characters, sets up a villain, but suffers from a little bit too much predictability, and the characters seem like flanderized versions of themselves, though I realize that they have to be. The second episode feels like a butchered movie, since several vital lines of dialogue are apparently missing, leaving some very awkward implications. It all comes off as incredibly rushed, but there is a reason for that. Apparently Friendship is Magic was supposed to have an overarching arc, so each of these trials would have been a full episode, where each of the main 6 provided their particular element of harmony, and got developed a little bit more. Unfortunately, I cannot critique intentions, only the finished product. The first episode definitely feels like silver quality. The second episode is so incredibly butchered that it comes off as awkward and rushed, only saved by the climax. Since I have to give two-parters the same ranking, I have to ask if the first part can carry the second part. Unfortunately, the first episode doesn't give us enough insight to these characters for us to really care. Average it out, and the Friendship is Magic two-parter gets bronze. It's okay. Not bad, but I'm probably not going to watch it anytime soon. And there are plenty of better episodes to introduce someone to the series, like Dragon Shy, Party of One, or the Season 2 premiere.
Oh, girls, don't you see? When I was a little filly and the sun was going down.
Tell me she's not.
The darkness and the shadows, they would always make me frown.
She is.
I'd hide under my pillow from what I thought I saw. But Granny Pie said that wasn't the way to deal with fears at all.
Then what is?
She said, Pinky, you gotta stand up tall. Learn to face your fears.
Hold on! I'm a-coming! Applejack, what do I do?
Let go.
Are you crazy?
No, I ain't. I promise you'll be safe.
That's not true!
What do you know? Haven't you heard of suspension of disbelief?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I can totally understand his ranking. I don't see why he has to rank both episodes this, or have to give both episodes the same ranking. I would be totally fine with giving two episodes, even when they're kind of are together, 2 episodes different rankings. Okay. Now, on the other hand, it is they belong like together. So yeah, I can kind of understand it, but I would be totally fine if we just rank them differently. I can see his points. I can totally understand why he ranked this like he did. Now that I think about it, the second part was a little bit rushed and had here and there some weird feeling things, but overall, I liked it. I think as an episode, I liked it a little bit more than the first one. Like I said, because I had the feeling the first one didn't go anywhere. Like, I don't know, wasn't bring us anywhere up to the cliffhanger at the end, where I kind of thought it's really going to go somewhere now. And then the cliffhanger came up there. Well, it's kind of what the cliffhanger is. But yeah, it is, like I said, the first episode of an entirely new series, an entire new show. It can't be really different, except when you want to make it like an hour or more. And yeah, it's definitely not what they wanted to do, or what they could do, I think. So yeah, I'm okay with the bronze rating. He said Ghostbusters and Ne'er-Do-Well are bad episodes. I can see why people don't like them. I'm kind of neutral. I think they're okay, but not more. I can totally see why someone would not like it. In the entire show, there are 2 episodes that I really don't like. It's Simple Ways and Pinky Pride, I think was the name of the other one. Those are 2 episodes that are pretty much the only 2 episodes I don't like. With the other one, I either like or are like with Ghostbusters, just okay with them. Don't feel the need to rewatch them, but I could watch them if I want to. I'm okay, overall okay with them. Just these 2 are episodes that I really do not want to watch again, and probably won't. But well, it's kind of a long way until we get there. I think they're both season 4 episodes, so yeah. Overall, I like this. I like his style of reviewing. He talks pretty fast, but I'm okay with that. Not exactly how Silver Quill does it, but I mean, why would one reviewer try to be like another one? I like his fast and on the point style. I mean, why talk for a long time about something that doesn't really matter, right? That explains why it was so short. Yep. The other videos from him are pretty short, so I'll probably do 2 of them at the same time, because else we would be here with 7 minutes videos or something. Yeah, overall I like his style of reviewing. I'll probably I will look forward, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I like his style. I don't know. I'm looking forward to watch the other videos he did. But I think next time I will search for some other reviewer, probably, maybe. I don't know how many reviewers I'm gonna do at the same time, but yeah, probably 3 or 4. But yeah, you will see. So I'll just end this video here and say I hope you liked this little commentary, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.